Hey guys, your boy Will Sage coming here at ya on this sweet Tuesday. So I want to talk about AI and I want to make the case for AI. And this is a fraught subject, I know. And a lot of people in my life hate AI and a lot of people in my life love AI. And it's funny because I come from a tech background. So before I was doing music production and music, I was in tech. I was a tech CEO, a founder of a women's health company called Kindara. And even before that, I created and with a bunch of other guys, we built a solar-powered race car in college, and we raced it from Chicago to Los Angeles. And even before that, I went to engineering school. And before that, when I was a kid, I remember bicycling around my neighborhood and finding discarded printers or discarded electronics and bringing them home and taking them apart because I wanted to understand what was inside and how they worked and how technology worked. I've always been fascinated. And then when I was running my company, we manufactured electronics in Asia and shipped them to Thailand to get assembled. And we made an FDA-regulated medical device. And with the solar car, we did solar panels and argon-welded ultralight titanium suspension components and custom printed PCBs with gold, screen printing on them and all kinds of like crazy technological things that I never even knew existed. And I had to learn about how they worked in order to do the thing that I wanted to do. So I'm coming at this conversation with that perspective. And one thing that I know about technology is that it's ultimately just an expression of the consciousness that is wielding it. Like these things are tools at the end of the day. It all started with a caveman picking up a stick and sticking it in an anthill or trying to beat some other person or animal with it, and then they put a pointed end on it, and then it became a bow and arrow, and now it's like an AI-powered drone that will hunt you down. They're all tools, and they're all wielded by humans, and they ultimately always will be wielded by humans. And so in this big question of AI and what do we do about it, I think the most important thing is to remember that this is a tool and it can be used for incredible good and it can be used for incredible harm. And it's, I believe, our responsibility and our moral imperative to ensure that this tool that we are now making, which is, I believe, the most powerful tool that we have ever made, is wielded for good. Is wielded in compassionate ways that are conducive to human flourishing, that create a future that's better for most humans. And it could go either way, honestly. Like, it's anyone's guess at this point. And so to all my friends who are like, fuck AI, I just don't see that as being part of the answer, because ultimately, in order to wield the tool, we need to understand how it works. And we need to be able to actually, if you're going to wield the hammer, like a hammer can be used to kill somebody, or a hammer can be used to build a home for somebody who doesn't have one. But in order to do either, you got to learn how to hold that thing. And especially to build the home, you got to learn how to wield it well. And it's the same with AI. It's going to be a situation like all the other major technological revolutions that were supposed to promise us unbridled wealth and free us from the need to work, like the Industrial Revolution, and then the nuclear age, and then the computer, and then the internet. You might notice that they don't actually do that. But they do have a massive effect. And the reason they don't free us from the need to work is because we already have enough resources to free us from the need to work as hard as we work. Globally, we have enough resources, we have enough productivity to feed everybody, to clothe everybody, but our consciousness, the consciousness of humanity writ large in general, does not support that. That's not what we're focused on, and it's not what we're trying to move towards on the average. And each of us tries in our own lives to have a positive impact in our own way and be an expression of the Creator and spread good vibes and love and productivity and generosity and compassion. We each are trying from our level of consciousness. And all our tools that we are wielding, like I'm wielding this camera right now, or these headphones when I'm doing a session, the thousands of cables that I now own, I'm trying to wield them all in order to produce a more loving and kind experience and existence for myself, for the people around me, for everybody. So AI is just going to be another tool. And it's going to create a future that is, in general, consistent with the average consciousness of the people wielding the tool. And so if you believe that you are a person of generosity and compassion, and that you want to help create a future that is conducive to human flourishing, I think that it is, in fact, a moral imperative to learn how to wield this new tool that is going to change so much and help guide the ship of humanity that now has this rocket booster connected to the back and it's accelerating at a faster pace than it's ever gone before. It's going to take all of us to guide the ship of humanity towards a just, beneficial, sane future for all of us. And it's really hard to guide the tool if you don't know how to use the tool. It's just really difficult. And yes, we probably are developing AI too fast. And yes, we probably are letting it do things that it shouldn't do. And yes, it's going to have negative consequences and is already having negative consequences and is already making us dumber. And we already are probably using it too much. But all of that said, I do still believe it is important for all of us who are creatives and who are creative people, which is everybody, I believe. But people who like to make things, I think it is important for us that we use this tool, we learn how to use the tool, and then we use it to create things that are beneficial. So that's my little diatribe in support of AI, or the case for AI. I'd love to hear what you think and your thoughts on the matter. And that's what I got for you today. Much love from Nashville. I'll talk to you soon.